Well, we are continuing on the journey with Charmaine for what she describes as one of the most devastating moments of her life and a moment that she's been dreading forever. Ryan decides to rent a house and reach out to Second City. We get to see what happens with the development of that. And is Phor going too far with this relationship with this alleged daughter? The review for Black Ink Crew Chicago is up next.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
Man, trying to rev up the
Right?
energy.
Like shake off that sadness a little bit.
You know, yet another heavy episode of Black Ink Crew. What's up, everybody? I'm your girl, Carmen, and I'm here to review your favorite show, Black Ink Crew Chicago. I am here with my wonderful co-host, El Marie.
What's up, guys? How's everybody?
Hey, boo.
Hey.
We are back at it.
Yes.
Yes, to talk about Black Ink Crew Chicago episode, is it 8, 7?
7 or 8.
Man, Charmaine's mom hasn't still. The funeral is just so... Ooh.
Yeah, it was tough. This one was a little more uplifting though, because then you get into a spirit when it's like you kind of are a little more accepting and you start to reflect back, and then you know what I mean. You look at the good moments now, and you do have some moments where you can smile and where you can laugh. Like Charmaine, like after the funeral, she's talking to Ryan and things, and she's in better spirits. But before, once they're getting there, she's like holding her dad's hand, and her father is just, you can tell he's going through it.
I feel like that's so many of our biggest fears, like losing a parent and losing a mom, because a lot of us are children to single parents, single mothers. And so that's just like a really devastating feeling. Like when I watched it, I just got this sense of heaviness, like, damn, baby, like, I can't even imagine, like, so... I'm proud of her for being strong, though. It takes a lot to get through it, and, showing her dad's strength and everything. I think it's really cool how Ryan is stepping up, too. Reaching out to Second City, reaching out to Jesse,
Getting the house, for them to all come out there and don't have to worry about where to stay. Just come out and be there for Charmaine and show your support. And I think that was pretty cool of him.
It was kind of awkward for me to not see non-mag there, though, because it's a lot of, like, history there. So it left me wondering, like, okay, I know, things are what they are, but I would have really liked to see. So I want to hear more of that story. And, we may be able to, because Don may be in town next week, so we may be able to talk to him. Hopefully we'll be able to get him in the studio. So that's something we can look forward to. So we can find out maybe a little bit more of the story and what's really going on.
Side
because
of it.
Yeah, it's like, it's not a fun thing to talk about. I think that's why it's like I feel a remorse even speaking about it, because it doesn't feel like a fun thing to sit here and like chit chat about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's heavy. Her being pregnant, it's just, being pregnant is already something, a lot to handle. And then being newly engaged, and then dealing with a new business, and then, having your mom pass in the middle of it, and it's just...
I know it's tough. And I know I was reading, a lot of fans were like, kind of how is Charmaine able to kind of like, I guess, forgive Ryan, but not Don and Phor, But I think there was a different relationship with her and Ryan anyway.
So.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and even Charmaine said it, like, it's not that they won't ever possibly get back there. Just right now is not the time. It's not the time to unpack that. And it's not, I don't really feel comfort coming from you. You know what I mean? And in the place that I'm in right now, it's okay for me to say that. I'm just not in the place to receive that from you.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was cool. It was interesting watching the interaction between Jesse and Ryan. I was like, is she low-key trying to get to know him because, like, he's good-looking Ryan from Non-Mag? Like, let me see what he's all about. This is my chance to, like, chit-chat. And then I thought about the production side of it. Like, if there is something developing between Kitty and Ryan naturally, would production try to spark a conversation between Jesse and Ryan just to get things going? And I peep Ryan is such, like, a stealth chess player that, like, his demeanor was very, very professional in Jesse's presence.
It was, though.
But it was a good interaction. I like seeing two really dope artists who really know all about this tattooing thing get together, and to see Jessie praise Ryan the way she did, and then even Ryan being like, I can't do what you do. Like, what you do is amazing.
Because her stuff was dope. Like, the realness, I was like, oh, that is... Yeah, like amazing. So yeah, we'll see. I think it's a little bit of both. Like she said, like let me
trying to bust a move.
Yeah, like let me see what Ryan is as a person, because like she said, she's known him as the artist for like years.
Like, let me get to know.
But like everybody says, some things about him. So let me see what he's about. And I thought it was genuine at first, and then she was bothered by Miss Kitty. So then I'm like, do we have another motive of why we're trying to get to know Ryan? So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
No, it was funny because it was some comment that they threw in. When Ryan was saying, he was saying good job at handling things and holding it down, and she was like, you too, or something. It was like they threw it in. If you guys were watching at home, they threw it in, and I'm like, I didn't think they slick. Like they put that in so we can
just throw it in there, feeling. Yeah,
there's a little innuendo. But I don't know. She said she felt like her sense of humor was kept a wall up between her and Ryan.
Yeah, but it was. So I was like, I don't think that's it. But okay, okay, if you say so. But
Ryan's smart.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
Ryan was. Listen, Ryan knows how to play all the games. Okay, because he
had. I think it's a fine line between game and just knowing how to carry yourself, because
just game period in life. Not even like
the room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not even like a dating thing, but just the game of life. He knows how to play every game, every situation.
I ain't say it. I just was like, okay. He kept it cool. Yeah. He kept it professional.
Now, what I will say, I was surprised about Kitty being at the funeral, and I'd seen like on Instagram and things like that before this episode aired that she was there. And at first, I thought it was more in support of Ryan than it was Charmaine. But we learned that Kitty and Charmaine do have a relationship, and like Kitt did the makeup. She did Miss Glinda's makeup for the funeral. And so I was just like, oh, I didn't know that they were that close.
Speculation too. Everybody was like, what was she doing there?
Right. And so
come to find out, that's what she was doing.
Yeah, she really was there for Charmaine.
How will we feel about Kitty landing in Chicago?
I'm starting to think next season we might, or by the end of this season, Miss Kitty might be on Black Ink Crew Chicago.
She might be on Black Ink
Like on her
Chicago.
Instagram, she's been in Chicago quite often.
A lot.
Now it's going to the point where you've been there for a while. So I'm like, okay, all right.
This is interesting.
She might be switching teams.
This is interesting. That would be cool. Well, do we allow that in our TV minds? Do we allow shows to merge? Like a season. It. You know where they do it? MTV, like Clash of the
Yep.
What if they had a season that was about that? Because it was a whole lot of Ryan talk last season.
It was.
We know y'all watch. We know y'all pay attention because y'all pick up on so much stuff.
It was
over the years.
Yeah, I don't need them really merging, but I don't mind Kitty coming to Chicago.
But face off. Like this has been happening. That's been happening. What if it was like built around? Let me say that for predictions.
Okay. Because I was about to get into it with you. Like, all right.
Going there. But we're going to go there. Let's go there on predictions. But bringing it back, speaking of predictions, can we tell if this is Phor's daughter or not? No, not the real ones. I love that you was on point. We getting there. We rounding off because we're going to close this thing out with some predictions before we get out of here. But speaking of predictions, can we tell if this is Phor's daughter or not?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if they favor just because they have, they're close in complexion and, you know what I mean? Things like that. Or it's like, is this your kid?
Beyond being Phor's daughter, how do you feel about the relationship he's building with this girl who doesn't have a dad?
I see both points, like him and Don, because Don was getting on him, like, dude, like, just get the test done, cut all this out in the meantime, you know, because you're building up her hopes just to let her down. But I think Phor's coming to a place where he might step up and be a mentor to this child, like, even if it's not his. So if he is gonna step up and really be there, even after the test says, like, no, you're not my child, but kind of still be there to be supportive of her, then I was like, you know what, I don't have a problem with that. But if he's gonna drop the ball, then let it go.
What he's doing is like starting a relationship. So it's like, if you find out that that's not your daughter, and it's like, oh, sorry, kid, gotta go. Right. It's not funny though. It's not funny. I'm making light of it in a comical way.
It's like that Twitter meme with the little, and he just disappears. Like, that's gonna be Phor.
Like, he gonna head on out like SpongeBob.
Right.
Oh,
you are
man.
not the father. All right,
I'm head on out.
I hope not, though.
I know, but I commend his empathy for stepping up for a young black woman who doesn't have a male figure in her life, who could even just appreciate for what they're sharing right now. At least he opened his heart. I commend him. I think it's a cool thing. I think it's really cool. He took him to go get her nails done and stuff. That was real cute. He was like, he keeps his nails done too. That was cute. So that sounds like if he wants to kind of step up and be a mentor, I think it'd be nice. But so it's just, if you're gonna be there, be there. So, but like Don said, so you need to know, you need to make up your mind, because also, like, you need to know what type of relationship you guys are building. Are you building a mentorship, or is this your daughter? You know, are you building a father-daughter bond? You know what I mean? So let's just get it over with, because there's too many emotions involved. Well, it's a lot of emotions involved in Prince's situation too. His family, you know, dynamic is being tested. Yeah. He couldn't make it to the funeral because he is committed to his family, and also, other homeboy was on
Fly tatted.
Parole,
probation.
On parole. I'm like, oh dang, okay.
It's like, I can't even leave the state. Like, dang, dude.
Which is messed up. But we get to see a confrontation, like a little like meet up between Prince and his baby mom. How'd you feel about his family situation, his family dynamic?
Well, the baby moms, I wasn't expecting that look.
Oh, okay. We'll get right into it.
We're just going to go in there. I wasn't expecting that look.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cackle. Cackle.
But I was on Twitter, and a lot of people on Twitter were like, she gave like Duchess vibes.
Okay.
They kind of like,
she
that's
was
like
very aggressive. Macho alpha woman. She immediately, like, I was into his story and everything, and I'm just, you know, like, dang, okay, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. And when she came on the screen, they immediately turned into one of those reenactments where the guy does all of the characters and he dresses up as everybody, and he'll use like a cup as a person. What's his Twitter? You know who I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
They immediately turned into that on the screen. I was like, oh my God, they are a scene. He has to reenact this. Like, he has to, because I couldn't. I know we reviewing, so I have to say how it made me feel. It was just it was funny, for lack of a better word. I'm sorry, I laughed, because all I could imagine was that damn guy remaking this scene, because all of them look like they look like, I'm sorry, it was funny. If you go back and look at this scene, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah. But
I was interested in the fact of, or intrigued by, he went to jail for supposedly 2 weeks. Now, when she was like, from what you put me through, I feel like, of course, there's probably more to the story. The dude is just like, I only went to jail for 2 weeks. But she's probably like, yeah, but before that, you did this, and that, you know? Yeah. Because, like, if we're just going off of his story, then it looks like with her, like, damn, gee, just 2 weeks? Like, you couldn't hold it down?
You know, I'm sitting here, I feel so bad, because I was laughing so hard during the scene that I missed all of that. I missed the whole conversation. So put me down again.
So basically, when he went to jail, for 2 weeks, and she was out. Okay. Like, yeah, I'm not about this lifestyle. Okay. And Yeah, and you know, broke up with him and everything, and was raising the kid by herself, barely talking to him. Like when he goes to pick up the son, he picks up the son from his godmom's house.
Right.
You know, instead of like they have no communication. So finally she broke down and was like, okay, I will talk to you. We will talk this out and see where things go. And he's like, he wants his family back, which I commend too. He's like, I made a mistake. I want to step up. Like he said, he's at Second City now. He has a better job. I want to step up and be a man. I want my family back. And you don't see that often. So I'm happy for him.
I love that.
Yeah. Go back and watch that scene and focus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was too busy laughing because I was like, oh my gosh, they look just like that guy that makes these scenes, like remakes these reality scenes. And I couldn't stop laughing. And I guess it just passed me by. I'm sorry. My bad. That's why I got my bomb co-host El Marie right here, because I know that somebody else is watching this that can relate to what I'm talking about right now. Somebody else laughed.
It's always somebody else.
Somebody else laughed that hard too. I'm sorry, because it was just so unexpected, and then just because I couldn't get that image out of my mind of that guy doing all of them, I just laughed.
Yeah.
So, how do we feel about him getting back with her? You think it's a good look for him?
I think it's a good look. Like I
I
you
think
don't
it's
see it that often.
a good look for somebody.
And
but is she going to
especially
be
since
able to forgive him is the problem.
I think so. She just needs to kind of get out of her feelings. And if she also sees change, I shouldn't put all that on her because, like I said, the backstory, we don't know exactly everything. So if she sees that change in him, I think it'll be good. Plus, he has a little boy. Like, he needs to be there every day for his kid.
How we feel about the tattoo?
I forgot about the tattoo. And I can't even see it. Oh, the family tree, because it went out my mind. It was cool.
So you know the feeling.
It was cool.
It was nice. I think they're elite artists, though.
They are all dope.
Every time they show, that they show their work, we see that they're elite artists. Well, hopefully we get to see Charmaine in better spirits, hopefully healing next week. I want to see what Kitty, where this goes with Kitty. Do you have anything you can throw into us wrapping up? Maybe some predictions while we're wrapping up?
I
don't think anything is going to bubble between Ryan and Jess.
No, nothing's going to happen there. But in the scenes for next week, she gets a little like riled up because of Kitty's presence, and so like now we're like,
But
do
it's
you like
supposed to
Ryan?
be because Charmaine hires her without her consent. Like, you just gonna offer her a job without
in that
talking
moment,
to me.
but then they out on Bourbon Street and she's feeling away. So I'm just like, I think it's a little bit of both. So we'll see next week.
Well, we will. And until then, I'm your girl Carmen. You can find me on Instagram at king_karma_.
And you guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at ElMarieTV.
And we look forward to your comments down below. Can't wait to see what you guys think. Until next week, we'll see you then.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.